Okay, in the last segment, I discussed what causes miniaturization and hair loss. And in this section, I'll discuss things you can do to help prolong the life of your hair. Well, these are things that either block the androgen receptors or block the production of the hormones, which bind to the androgen receptors, or they can be things, physical, biological elements that stimulate the androgen process, okay? So in androgenic alopecia, a very high percentage of the hair follicles in the affected area will be in a resting phase. And this also means that a much higher percentage of your hair follicles will be in what we call an exogen phase, or they'll be absent from the head. And this causes, a lack of coverage. If the hair's not there, it's not going to cover. And so the goal with therapy in androgenic alopecia is to induce a new anagen cycle and then to improve the diameter of the hair follicle, and finally to prolong the duration of each anagen hair cycle. Now, how can we do that? Well, there are pharmaceutical agents like finasteride, minoxidil, dutasteride, spironolactone, latanoprost, or benzimiprost, which is a PGF analog. There are also certain elements that can promote hair growth, like citrine, and vitamin D deficiency can be corrected. That can improve hair growth. But there are a number of things that can induce hair follicles into the anagen phase. And they also can at times improve the diameter of the hair follicles. And they can prolong the duration of anagen, which means the hairs grow to a longer length. So all of these pharmaceuticals are potentially beneficial. Unfortunately, not every individual is genetically predisposed to respond to any or all of these pharmaceuticals. Now, some pharmaceuticals are going to work extremely well for some people and not so well for others. So we have to go through sometimes a laundry list of pharmaceuticals before we find the right pharmaceutical or combination of pharmaceuticals that's going to work most appropriately for any individual. And I liken it to, let's say, if I were a matchmaker and you came to me to find your partner, and I show you 10 different partners, and you, the first 10 don't really, they don't work for you. But I show you number 11 and you go, perfect fit. And you have a long, happy life together. So that's oftentimes what we have to do in hair loss is we have to find, the right combination or the right ingredients to utilize in your particular hair loss situation. Now, there are also many individuals that are, they don't want to take pharmaceuticals. They're against big pharma. They're afraid of the side effects, which everybody knows. With finasteride, the big one is a loss of sex drive, difficulty to being able to obtain or maintain an erection, reduced sperm count, breast enlargement, brain fog, depression. All these things are associated with DHT blockers. Now, of course, if they were exceedingly common, no one would use them. But fortunately, these side effects are not that common, but they are significant to you if you get them. So obviously we are aware of them, and we are respectful of individual patients' decisions to either take these medications or to avoid them. When individuals want to avoid big pharma, we do have biologic interventions, and these include good quality PRP, which I call high density PRP, cytokine-rich plasma, and we have adipose-derived follicle stem cells, and we have exosomes. We've got a number of different biologics we can utilize to stimulate the dermal papilla. And, you know, sometimes we use a combination of these. All good quality biologics are going to stimulate the dermal papilla. They are going to initiate a new androgen hair cycle. They are going to increase FGF7 production, which is a potent initiator of the hair cycle. All of the good ones are going to do these things. And so we know they're inductive, but they tend to be more expensive than big pharma. They work. They really work. And they're going to work best on the people who have early hair loss, you know, minimal hair loss. And sometimes you may not see the result, but the result we can measure. It's like I can put you on a scale and tell you gained a pound, even though you think you didn't. Well, I can measure your hair and tell you if you have either increased numbers or you have increased mass. I have ways of measuring that. That doesn't mean you're going to necessarily look any different. But all of these things are important in terms of maintaining the longevity of your hair. So you can kind of think of it as, you know, you can lay on a couch eating pizza and donuts and watching TV for 20 years, or you can stay in the gym and work out and eat healthy and eat the right things. And 20 years later, your body's going to look a lot better, and you're going to feel a lot better, and your chromosomes are going to be more youthful, your telomeres are going to be longer, you're going to have healthier cells. So, you know, it's sometimes not a question of what we're trying to do for the immediate benefit. Many times it's what we're trying to do for the long-term benefit. And so what we're trying to do always in anti-aging medicine is live longer and feel better when we get there. So in another segment, I'll go more specifically into individual treatments, including biologics, to prolong the duration of the follicle androgen cycle, improve the diameter of the hair follicle, and improve overall density as well as coverage. All of these things are important. And of course, one other thing that you have to always think about is physical induction. We found a very nice response, for example, from the Alma-TED, which is ultrasonic energy delivered to the scalp. This is stimulatory to the hair follicle, probably similar to microneedling, but perhaps more intensive because it's a higher energy level, reaching a deeper level to up to 3 millimeters into the skin. And we'll get into more of that as well. But all these things are food for thought, and we will go more into detail in future segments.
ForHair is run by Dr. Cole with 30 years of hair restoration experience, and we offer the most cutting-edge technology available. In fact, the ForHair Enterprise sub-company Cole Instruments manufactures custom-made tools and automated tools for hair restoration physicians all over the world. Our quality, expertise, and skills are superior to other clinics. Our reputation and results are the best in the world. It's time to restore your hair. It's time to choose ForHair.
We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit the little bell button to get notifications of ForHair's video uploads. For online consultation, click on the link on the screen or in the video description.